Hello class, this is Scott Parr, your instructor for this course. The date today is Sunday, 28 November 2021, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to format your assignments using the online version of Microsoft Word in Microsoft 365. So full disclosure, I do not use this software, so I had to kind of fiddle with it to figure out how to make it work, but you can make it work. So let's get to it. So here we are in my Microsoft OneDrive, and the first thing that I want to do is, for organization, I really recommend making a folder for each class. You don't have to do it this way, but I think it's going to make your life a lot easier. So I'm going to open up the Documents folder, and I'm going to create a new folder with the course number of the class that I'm writing the assignment for. So I'm going to click on New, Folder, and I'm going to put the course number for the class that I'm writing the assignment for, and that's what I'm going to call this folder. And all of the documents that I make for this class, I'll just put in this folder. Make life easy. So again, I'm going to click on New, Word Document, and so I'm going to create a new Microsoft Word document, and it's going to reside in this folder because that's where I made it. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a header. So I click on Insert, then click on Header, and you'll see there are three sections here. And I'm not going to type anything yet. I want to click on the Page Numbers option, and I'm going to select the upper right option, and that's going to put a command there that's going to tell Microsoft Word to put the page number in that location everywhere in the document. So now I'm going to type in the information that should be in the header: the student's last name, /, the course number, and /, and then the page number, which is already there. That's the page number command. And that is the way you're supposed to format your header. So if I click out of this, it looks like it went away, but if we click on header, we see that it is still there. Now, if we want to see what it's going to look like, ultimately, if you click on View and Reading View, that's exactly how the header should look. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Edit Document. I'm going to paste the entire text of a paper here into this document, and it's not formatted properly. I get a lot of papers that look just like this. The title is not centered. It should be in italics or quotation marks. There's no indents. A lot of things that have to be fixed here. So let's take things one at a time. The first thing I want to do is double space the entire document. So I'm going to select all of the text, and I'm going to go up and click on Layout. And all the way to the right there, if I open that dialog up, there's Paragraph Options. It defaults to 8 points spacing after a paragraph, and we'll leave that alone. Look down at line spacing. I want to set this to double space for the entire paper because that's the way it's supposed to be. Click OK, and now we see the entire paper is double spaced. We're on our way. Now let's take a look at the title. We're going to select all of that text, and the first thing we want to do is center it. So again, back to our paragraph options, and we go to alignment and set that to center. Click OK. That's where it's supposed to be. And now if we go to Home, we have a button there. We can apply italics to that text. Alternatively, you could put the title in quotation marks. Next, we need to have some indents in the body of our paper. So the first line of each paragraph should be indented. So we're going to select all of the body text and go back into Layout. And if we go into our paragraph options, we're going to see that we have some choices here for indenting. And if we click on Special, you notice there is a first line indent. 1/2 inch is fine. We click OK, and there we go. Now we have the body indented the way that it's supposed to be. Looking better. Next, let's take a look at how to do a block quote. So if you have a quote of 4 or more lines, all of that should be indented as a block. So again, we go back to our paragraph options. We're going to remove that first line indent, and if we choose before text, we're probably going to want to make that about a 1/2 inch indent as well. So we set that to 0.5 inches and click OK, and there you go. There's your block indent. Now let's turn our attention to the bibliography. It needs to start on its own page. So if we put the cursor right in front of the word bibliography, click on Insert and select Page Break, that command is going to make sure that no matter what else changes, the bibliography is going to start on its own page. Now if we highlight the word bibliography, we can apply bold to it, and we can go back into paragraph options and we can set the alignment to center just as it's supposed to be. That takes care of the title of the bibliography, but the sources are supposed to be indented also with a special hanging indent. So if we select all of the sources and we go back into our paragraph options under layout and go under indent, for special indent there's also a hanging indent. So if we select that, we can leave that at 1/2 inch and click OK, and bam, the bibliography is now formatted the way it's supposed to, and that looks like everything is perfectly formatted. So let's go into our reading view and see what the final output's going to look like. Very nice. We see the heading and the header look good, the title is right, the body is indented appropriately, and notice in the header that page 2 is page 2. We go down to the 3rd page, the bibliography starts its own page as it's supposed to, and the header shows that it's page 3. So this is a perfectly formatted paper per the STI guidelines. What I wanted to show you next was how to create a document template so that you could start with the perfect formatting every time. Unfortunately, Microsoft 365 does not allow you to create document templates. You can do that in the desktop application, so I'm not going to get into that here. So what I would recommend is just making a copy of your paper so that you still have your original for that assignment should you ever need it, and just make copies and edit them to make your new documents. And that's it. That's how you can make a perfectly formatted document for a written assignment per the STI guidelines. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any problems or any questions, never hesitate to contact me. I'm always here to help. I will see you in the classroom. Until then, take care and stay safe.